Nevada's first choice for news. This is 8 News Now at 5.
More protesters are showing up to support Cliven Bundy, who's resisting federal rangers outside Mesquite. But so far, the Bureau of Land Management hasn't backed down. They say Bundy's cattle are on public land illegally. Thanks for being with us.
People are coming in from out of state now to hold off the federal rangers, and many are armed.
We have team coverage. Aaron Drawhorn shows us how this local ranchers' stand has sparked a national debate.
But we begin with Lauren Rosella, live outside Bunkerville, where the crowds are even bigger today. Lauren?
That's right, Dave and Paula. Well, the Bundy family has allowed their cattle to graze these land illegally for the past 20 years, but Saturday, the BLM started rounding them up, prompting protesters to form here. Tensions reached a boiling point yesterday after rangers tased a man twice. Another woman told us a BLM ranger knocked her to the ground. Now, armed militiamen are making their way in to defend, but not everyone is happy about it.
Who's got the guns? Comply, 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 comply with the order. Yes, sir.
This encounter with the federal ranger Wednesday left bloody marks over rancher Ammon Bundy's neck and chest. The aftermath was a mob.
Where's my baby cat?
Now Bundy is telling his supporters federal rangers won't hesitate to go on the attack if necessary.
These are heavily armed individuals with fully automatic weapons.
For days, the land around the Bundy ranch has seemed somewhat like a police state to people in this community.
Throwing women to the ground, tasing them, sicking canine dogs on them.
That's caught the attention of private militia across the country who feel First Amendment rights are being violated.
That's what we do. We provide armed response.
Jim Lordy came from Montana to join the protesters, and he says he's not afraid to shoot if necessary.
Why the gun? Well, they have guns. We need guns to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government.
And he says other militia members are joining him.
There's many more coming.
There you go, honey. But for this small community, violence isn't a part of the conversation.
These people that are coming in could totally disrupt everything.
Restaurant owner Judy Metz says adding guns and militiamen could lead to lives lost.
That absolutely frightens me.
Somebody does something or says something and these guys pull a gun, that's going to be all, that's going to be it.
For now, things remain peaceful, but these protesters stand ready, expecting things could turn ugly at any moment. But tonight's success for some of these protesters, the BLM took down their controversial First Amendment areas at the urging of Governor Brian Sandoval. As for the fight between the ranchers and the rangers, the BLM says they felt threatened after a protester kicked a canine unit. For now, reporting live outside Bunkerville, Lauren Rosella, 8 News Now.
Thanks, Lauren. Cliven Bundy's fight against the feds has gone on for more than 2 decades, but in the last 2 days, his cause has ignited a firestorm of debate, thanks in part to social media. 8 News Now reporter Aaron Drawhorn shows us how the public is weighing in from all over the country. Aaron?
Yes, Dave, you can always tell how big an issue is by what's trending on social media. Take a look at this on Facebook this morning. This was the top story. Nevada rancher intense standoff with federal government over cattle. At one point, it was even more popular than the second story there about Stephen Colbert taking David Letterman's place. This so-called range war is also being fought online.
I'm not going to pay my money to BLM to manage.
The Channel 8 I-Team last week told you Cliven Bundy's story.
Bunkerville rancher Cliven Bundy thinks the federal government has gone too far.
And the cattle battle began. Cliven Bundy became a national figure overnight.
My statement to the American people, I'll do whatever it takes to gain our liberties and freedom back.
All right, Cliven, we're going to follow this story very closely.
Citizens also followed his story very closely. Some responded with a call to action, posting videos about a revolution in Nevada.
It's a green light. I repeat, it is a go. We will be showing up in Nevada to support Cliven Bundy.
On Twitter, Bundy supporters use hashtags such as Stop Bundy Siege and Range War, while his opponents label this a deranged war by a welfare rancher. But online, Bundy has more people sounding off on his behalf.
The feds in full SWAT and tactical gear, getting ready to Ruby Ridge or Waco.
As dramatic videos of the BLM using tasers go viral, so do Cliven Bundy's own words each time he speaks, as he did last night at the Moapa Valley Town Advisory Board.
It's about freedom and liberty and our Constitution and our state sovereignty and our Nevada law.
Here in the hashtag Wild West. So you can see this remains a big topic of discussion on our website, also our 8 News Now Facebook page. You can join the conversation. We'll share your comments coming up on the news at 6 o'clock. Paula?
Thanks, Aaron. Hundreds of Nevada ranchers do lawfully pay grazing fees to the Bureau of Land Management, but few are doing it in southern Nevada. BLM allows cattle grazing on more than 192,000 acres of public land in southern Nevada, but even that is a small amount compared to the nearly 45 million acres of public rangeland allotted statewide. The latest data from the BLM indicates only 3 ranchers have grazing rights in southern Nevada right now. That was barely less than 1% of all permit holders statewide. The monthly grazing fee is $1.35 per animal. But penalties for unauthorized grazing are far stiffer, as rancher Cliven Bundy has learned in the 20 years he has refused to pay them. BLM says his penalties amount to $1.1 million.